Hey, what's going on, you guys? This is Madam, and I'm coming back to you again. This time, we're going to go over to radar.com, online.com, and this article is about R. Kelly. He denies using Aaliyah in a bribery scheme in last-ditch effort to avoid a life sentence. The article is by Connor Surmonte, and we're going to get into this article because, unfortunately, um, even though the late singer Aaliyah has nothing to do with it. Apparently, during the discovery phase of the trial, where they were trying to produce evidence, this came about, and it is very much still a thing, unfortunately. In a last ditch effort to avoid being sentenced to life in prison by a federal court, later this month, R. Kelly denied using the late singer Aaliyah in a bribery scheme leading up to the illegal marriage in 1994, Radar has learned. On Monday, just 2 weeks before the disgraced 55-year-old singer is scheduled to be sentenced for his SC crimes against minors, R. Kelly's lawyer requested the federal judge overseeing the case to give her client leniency and sentence him between 14 to 17.5 years, when he really should get life in prison because he is a disgusting human being. And the fact that he is still able to just even serve life or anything to the semblance of life in prison is too kind for me. Side note. Jennifer Bogine, the imprisoned singer's lawyer, also denied allegations against R. Kelly in connection to Aaliyah and a purported bribery scheme regarding the late singer and a fabricated identification card R. Kelly tour manager obtained so that the singer and Aaliyah could get married despite her only being 15 years old at the time. The government's evidence failed to show that the defendant knew that Demarius Smith paid money to influence a public aid officer to produce an identification card for Aaliyah, Bowman told the federal judge in a recent obtained court document. The record is also devoid of any evidence that the defendant used Aaliyah in connection with the bribery. Of course, the bribery committed by Smith produced a fraudulent public aid card for Aaliyah, but it does not follow the defendant used Aaliyah in the bribery, Bogine added. As Radar Online reported, R. Kelly was found guilty of all 9 counts of racketeering charges in violation of the Manor Act in a Brooklyn, New York federal court on September 27, 2021. The jury found the I Can Believe I Can Fly singer guilty of running a decades-long scheme that involved using his friends and employees of his inner circle to recruit women and girls to engage in illegal SA with him. Aaliyah passed away in a tragic plane crash in August of 2001 at the age of 22, sadly. Smith, R. Kelly's tour manager who obtained the fake ID card for Aaliyah, also previously claimed that the singer was concerned about Aaliyah was pregnant with his child and he wanted the marriage to protect himself and to protect Aaliyah from having to testify against him should he ever go to trial for his crimes. So apparently he was aware of something. I'm just saying, side note. R. Kelly said, "Man, we got Aaliyah in trouble," Smith said while giving his interview on the 2019 documentary Surviving R. Kelly, which we are all familiar with. He mentioned to me that I think she's pregnant. That broke my heart. I was so disappointed in him, he continued. I really believed him when he said he wasn't messing with Aaliyah, but I questioned him. I was at a loss for words. And that is the end of the article. Unfortunately, this is a very real thing. Unfortunately, during the discovery phase of the trial itself, they came upon this information, trying to, lock down evidence to ultimately convict him. And sadly, Aaliyah was a part of that because it was disclosed and by his former, manager. So it was, I'm just like, wow. It's just unfortunate that, she has to be brought up in this light. Most people may not care. Most people may be still, following it little by little. But this is the update that I found in regards to the whole R. Kelly case. My personal opinion, I hope that he spends every waking moment and day in jail. I wouldn't be opposed to some of the other laws that other countries have in regards to pedos. Most definitely the harshest punishments. So, I mean, that's just my personal opinion. As I've always stated in any video that I've done about R. Kelly, regardless if you are a fan of his music or not, you have to separate the music from the person. The music will live on. It's undeniable. You cannot, say that it was not music produced that, went around the world and people loved it and, became a fan of it. However, him as the person, he's a waste of skin. Um, Essentially for me, and that's just my opinion. And it does not reflect any, platform or any other person on there. That is just my personal opinion. By any means, I do not mean any malice towards him. However, he should serve time for his crimes. All of them, regardless if you're a fan or not. Just because some of these people, they are celebrities and they've spent years and decades bringing music and bringing entertainment and love and fun to the masses, does not mean that they are not exempt from the same punishment that we as regular people would have to go through if this was us in that same situation. And that's basically it. With that being said, now is the time for you to drop down in the comment section. As always, let's get the discussion popping. Let me know how you feel about this. Are you still following this? Do you really care? What is your opinion on it as it stands today in 2022? I would definitely like to know. But with that being said, thank you so much. I appreciate each and every one of you guys. And I will talk to you in the next video.